Are you all there? Good morning, class. Are you all there? As usual, we start with a very big smile. Good morning, everybody. Let me see, say good morning to me, and then I'll start. Good morning, everyone. Sefi Day, good morning, sweetheart. Zakir Hussain, hi, good morning. Yes, give me some good mornings, then I'll start. Where is Masood? Just give me 2 minutes. Let some people join in. How is everyone today? It's the weather is rather not gloomy. It's nice. It's cool. Yeah, cloudy weather today. How come nobody's joining yet? I said I got some yes ma'am, yes ma'am, yes ma'am. Yeah. Gaurav, where is Gaurav? Where is everybody? I got I got so many yeses. Okay, ma'am. Because last time I think Monday class, some of you missed thinking I'm not coming. I'm always coming on Mondays and Thursdays because your seniors, your class is on Mondays and Thursdays. No? I follow the timetable. Shall I start? Okay. If they come, let them join. Okay. Good morning. Now, see, uh, I was talking to you about negotiations. You might say, think, why ma'am is stretching the class so much? Like negotiations could be told in one or two topics, and then why am I talking so much about negotiations? See, class, negotiations is very important because it involves communication. If we do not do communication properly, the meaning of what we want to say doesn't go to the other person. They will not understand what we want to say. They will not agree, and things won't move forward. See, interpersonal relations are very sensitive issues. If you do not, sometimes things have fallen apart simply because we don't like each other's face or we don't like each other's, many things about each other. Priya, hi Priya, good morning. We simply do not like some things about the other, so negotiate, so our things don't go forward. Interpersonal relationships are very important. Gaurav, good morning. Priya, you should be knowing. You're a PhD student, isn't it? A PhD student has to be very good interpersonal, has to have very good interpersonal relationships with a guide. Why? Because you work 4 years, and in those 4 years, you have to continuously tell the guide what you want, and the guide will tell you what the guide thinks is right or wrong, and you have to take it, understand it in the same manner as what is told, and both of you, guide and student, and also it is necessary to understand in the same spirit. All right, everybody's mood every day is not same. In business, I'm talking about, everybody's mood is not the same. One day, if I say, for example, you say good morning ma'am, and I say hi, you'll say, oh nice, ma'am is saying hi. Another day you say good morning ma'am, I say hi, you'll say, why ma'am is saying hi, why she can't say good morning? It can happen. So we have to be very careful because communication is the basis for negotiations. If you do not do correct negotiations and if the negotiations fails, yeah, and if the negotiation fails, then what you want to do cannot be achieved. Yeah, Priya, it cannot be achieved. The same manner, the meaning should be the same, even the same spirit should be the same. All right. So it is very difficult. These interpersonal relations are really difficult, and it challenges you. Once you finish your PhD, all of us who have done PhD can write an entire book on the importance of interpersonal relationships in a PhD. You can write a book, or you can write another PhD on the importance of interpersonal relations in PhD. Yeah. So based on that, let me just it looks like a joke now because I have finished my PhD long ago, and I have successfully guided 13 PhDs also. And you should ask my students how many times they have cried, they've gone outside and cried because I was stern with them. And thanks to see, I as a guide feel thanks to being stern, they did good PhDs and they finished it in time. It is true that they finished in time. Today they will agree. But that time when they went, the ladies went and shed a few tears, then they came, no, ma'am, it's okay, ma'am, you scold, ma'am. Even your scoldings are blessings, they told me. I got the gist of what they wanted to tell me. Sometimes, pressure of work, and then you come and, it looks silly. And so for us, we say, say, man, that is not done. How come you're doing such silly work? And then that hurts you. But for us, no, you have to say, that's not the way to do it. You have to do it this way. I told you this, and you have done that. Yeah, I told you an apple, and you brought me a mango. Yeah, which I can't eat, uh, not to eat, but which I cannot digest. Digest means your work. So something like this happens. Okay, now that was light talk. I'll tell you about negotiations. I was talking to you. I've given you an introduction. See, negotiations are very important. If they fail, two parties, both the parties get stand to lose. See, I'll tell you the same old joke which I have not. I don't know whether I have told you in this context. There is a hunter who winter is approaching, so he thinks I will go into the forest and I will hunt an animal. Hunting is illegal. This is a joke. So hunt an animal, probably a bear, so that I can take its peel off its fur, treat it and make a coat for myself. So the hunter wants a coat for himself. That's why he's going to hunt. He encounters a bear. The bear is hungry and it says, I want to eat the hunter. So the bear is attacking the hunter and the hunter is about to shoot the bear. At that point of time, the bear, wise bear, very wise, you'll understand this at the end of the joke, extremely wise bear. And he says, wait a minute, let's negotiate. So there is a fallen tree. They sit on the trunk of the fallen tree and they negotiate. What do they negotiate? The hunter says, I was cold. I'm going to be very cold now that winter is approaching. So I want uh, your fur. I want to kill you. Take your fur and be warm for the winter. So the bear says, oh yeah. So the bear says, I came because I was hungry. I want a full stomach. I want a warm stomach. You want a warm self. I want a warm stomach. So with you in it. So they negotiate. Okay. After a half an hour, the negotiations are over. Both got what they wanted. The hunter was in the bear's stomach, nice and warm. The hunter was very warm in the bear's stomach. Okay, forever warm. And the bear had a warm stomach, and the bear walked away with a full stomach happily. So with this, you come to know that you come to know that yeah, you come to understand that there is nothing like negotiations where both are winners. Sometimes it is very, see, you lose some, the other person lose some, you gain some, the other person. This kind of negotiations are there. But sometimes the winner is so cunning and smart that he convinces the loser that he is a smart loser. Okay, somehow he convinces the loser to lose. All right, so these are the things that happen. As you see here in the bear and the hunter story, you know who is the winner, who is the loser, and the hunter is obviously told, you are a great loser, you'll be warm forever in my stomach. Or maybe he was attacked when he was unaware, because he could not have been so foolish. So we never know. You can be attacked when you are unaware. You can be convinced that you are a great loser. There are a lot of things that happen like this. All right. So we are just, let me just wait. I'll just, yeah. Okay. Now I want to give you today a lot of case studies which are purely from the internet. I think it is from the harvard.edu website. I'm going to quote them and tell you a lot of case studies, how by wrong negotiations you can lose deals, you can lose profits, you can be wrong in deciding what you want to do, etc. So here we are. The first case, 1 minute. The first case study is about Michael Bloomberg, who was the mayor of New York and the New York Teachers Union. See, way back in 2010, see, again I'm repeating to you, my examples are from www.pon.harvard.edu. All right, I'm quoting examples from that website. Now, Michael Bloomberg versus the New York Teachers Union. See, Michael Bloomberg was the mayor of New York. What happened is in 2010, New York State passed a law. What was the law? The law required its schools to replace their teacher evaluation systems with better strict systems. See, there were some teacher evaluation systems, as you know. So, some new strict systems it wanted. All right. Now, local school districts and their unions were charged with. Just hold on a second. I'm getting two live these things. Am I? You can. Everybody can see me. Just give me Priya or Sepide. Give me a thumbs up, ma, because I'm getting live producer too. I can't understand what's happening. Sepide, give me a thumbs up if everything is okay. If I can continue. Or Gaurav, Priya, if you're there, one thumbs up, ma. I will continue. See, it says in New York City, all the teachers where New York City decided that there should be some stringent or more strict teacher evaluation systems. So the existing teacher evaluation systems were to be scrapped and new evaluation systems were to come up. All right. Can someone give me a thumbs up, please? What's happening? Listen, class, whoever you're watching, I will log off and I'll come again. I'm getting two live producers. I don't know why. I'll end the video and I'll come again.